Hello, welcome to Lift, Run, Repeat. I am Jason Berg, and this is the place where I try to make the complicated simple. Today, I'll be starting a step-by-step beginner's fitness program, and this video is step 1, stretching. Too many times I see people or I hear them tell stories about having started a fitness program or taken a class, and then they get started and immediately tweak or pull something, and then they have to stop or slow down or quit for a while, or maybe that throws them off completely and they give up. So what I want this video to be about is building a series of steps towards a fitness program that you can then take with you and do pretty much forever, that would allow you to move forward on your progress towards improved fitness and overall health. So rather than just repeat past mistakes, let's not do that. You can learn a lot just going through a simple stretching routine. So we're going to start off with is 7 stretches that I want you to do for 7 days. So a 7 for 7 program. Here we go. This first one is one you've probably seen before. You may even have done it before. It's just a standing stair calf stretch. Just allow the heel to drop and hold on to the rail if you need to. That other foot should be firmly planted flat on the step just to maintain a nice balance. These guys can be pretty tight, so a minimum of 30 seconds to a minute each. Next up is a really good stretch for your chest. All you're going to need is a door frame. Align your forearm along the door frame vertically so that your elbow is at about 90 degrees. Then just shuffle your feet away, maintain an upright posture, and allow yourself to lean into a nice stretch that you'll feel along the chest and your shoulders. If your door frame is narrow enough, then you can do both hands at the same time. One at a time is just fine. There's a million ways to stretch just about every muscle in your body. And so, if you find one that you really like, great. But we're trying to hit all the major muscle groups here. And this hamstring stretch I really like because it just doesn't require a whole lot of effort on your part. So what are you going to do if you have a chair or an exercise ball here like I've got? Just point your legs out pretty wide with the toes pointed straight up to the ceiling. Maintain a nice upright posture and then lean forward from the hips until you can feel a good stretch along the back of your legs. If you feel like one side is tighter than the other, you can cheat to one side and emphasize one leg. If you sit a lot, drive a lot, watch TV a lot, one of the things that's going to happen is you're going to develop tight hip flexors. And that can lead to a lot of postural difficulties and low back pain. So stretching out your hip flexors is a really important one. So in this stretch here, we're going to assume a kneeling lunge position. What we're going to do here for the rear leg is squeeze your glute really, really hard. Then you're going to hold that and slide your hips forward just an inch or two. You probably aren't going to be able to go very far. That's going to give you a really powerful stretch along that hip flexor. And the added benefit there is that you're kind of sending a signal from your brain. When the glutes turn on, the hip flexors are supposed to turn off. That can kind of get messed up if you sit a lot at a desk, for example. So from the same position, all we're going to do is just kind of elevate that lower leg a little bit. By using some pillows or some cushions, you can change the line of pull here on the stretch so that it falls closer to your quadriceps. Hold it as long as you like. Sometimes it can be a difficult position if you're really stiff to get into. So if you find yourself able to get there, then this is a really good one to just hold for, again, 30 seconds or a minute or so. As you get better with this stretch, you can just simply add more and more elevation to that lower leg until you're at the point where you're using, say, the crook of a couch, or you can butt up against the end of an exercise ball too. And that'll just really give you a really powerful stretch. So this next one is for opening your shoulders more and allowing your thoracic spine to extend further. What you're going to want is use either a chair or an exercise ball like I have here, with the arms straight out in this kneeling position. Just have your hands up on top of the ball or the chair. Sit back a little bit through your heels and then press your chest and your head down between your arms. Holding this stretch for 15 to 20 seconds is plenty, and you can repeat it 2 to 3 times if you'd like. Hip mobility is really important in a lot of different patterns like squatting, deadlifting, gait, walking, running, stair stepping, things like that. So hip mobility is going to be real important. So this 90-90 stretch is going to be a really good one. With one leg out in front, going to bend it at the knee to approximately 90 degrees. Sweep the other leg back behind you out to the side, also bent at the knee. Use your hand to post up tall, setting your chest perpendicular to the forward leg. Lean forward to feel a strong stretch right up your backside of the forward leg. Sometimes people will cramp in the rear leg. So a simple modification here is to just simply use a table or the end of a bed, something that you can kind of stand up next to, and then just put that forward leg in that same position like I'm doing here, And that way you can keep the other leg straight and get the same or very similar stretch again up that backside, kind of working those hip rotators. All right, so that was 7 stretches. I just want you to do them for 7 days, so 7 for 7. Try to remember that. Because this is lift, run, repeat, I would also recommend that you try and get out and walk for 15 to 30 minutes. Again, if you're a beginner, 15 to 30 minutes might not sound like much, but if you're trying to do it, every other day, you'll feel some benefits for it, and you might even feel it in your feet a little. But that's the goal, right? We want to make it simple: lift, run, repeat. All right, if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much. I am still Jason Berg. This is still lift, run, repeat. I will be back next week with part 2, building a fitness program for beginners. Please do like and subscribe. I would appreciate it a lot. If you enjoyed this, let me know in the comments. I will see you next week.